great weekend right here in studio. I do have Krissy Fraser from the Mount Washington Observatory Events and Marketing Manager, Director, Coordinator, Manager. We're so excited to have Krissy here. It's that season. The OBS starts gearing up for all its summer fundraising and activities.
We're just closing out the winter sort of day trips and edu trips. I think this weekend's the last edu trip up to the summit, which it looks like a beautiful, clear weekend. So
definitely,
a lot of the people that get to see that.
I know,
what a
they
treat.
lucked out.
You know, and then actually next weekend we have what we call the winners of the Keys to the Castle, which today I want to talk a little bit about Seek the Peak.
Okay.
And the biggest fundraiser, whoever raises the most money for Seek the Peak, gets what they call Keys to the Castle, and they get to bring 8 of their friends to the summit.
What?
So next weekend,
this group
will go up. Chris Choma, who was our biggest fundraiser last year, is bringing 8 of his friends up there, and they're going to be up for an overnight on the summit. And it's quite a treat. Yeah.
That is awesome.
So, and hopefully they get weather like this.
Oh, hopefully. So. It would be a phenomenal experience for them. Where were they out of for fundraiser, or where was this winner?
He's out of Reading, Mass. We have, so basically, Seek the Peak this summer is July 19th and 20th, and we open up registration in December. We generally have about 600 folks that register, and their goal is to raise. If they reach a 200, the first 500 to reach a $200 threshold are awarded this fantastic goodie bag from EMS, one of our major sponsors, and filled with all sorts of treasures. And so, people register from all over the country, but we have a lot of folks from Massachusetts that participate, and it's just awesome. It's a great thing to do with friends. Like a lot of teams join. You can have teams of 8.
Oh wow!
But there's above and beyond sort of this $200 threshold. There's all sorts of raffle prizes and goodies and things that people are offered once they're at the after party, which takes place the Saturday afternoon after they hike to the summit.
Wow!
So it's super fun.
And with Seek the Peak, can they go up any way they want? Do they have to go up the main hiking trail on the Pinkham side? Can they go up the west side?
People can go up any day they want. They can go up. It's sort of whatever goal they set for themselves. They're not even really required to go to the summit if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Most folks do, and when they do get to the summit, they get a tour of the observation tower, and they get to meet the weather observers. And,
oh wow!
It's pretty fun, and it's a nice goal to sort of like aspire to, and that's why even with the team, it's fun to do it as like collectively train and get together, and then when they come down and they have this great after party, and they get to sort of celebrate that accomplishment, and so it's super fun.
That is awesome. So July 19th and 20th, and they can go to the observatory website, and then is there also like seekthepeak.com?
Yeah, well, they can go to Seek the Peak right on our website.
Okay,
so
right on the website.
On the Mount Washington Observatory website.
That's perfect.
And yeah, it's obviously EMS EMS, Subaru, and Vasco are our major sponsors for this event. And they're at the after party. We have a whole expo with a lot of sponsors actually attend, and they have booths, and they do additional giveaways. But it's really fun because it's like this great level of enthusiasm that when they're all there, and they're sharing sort of this day with everybody that's helped fundraise for it's our major fundraiser of the year, which is really essential for our operations costs and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's even pre-training, if people are kind of like, wow, I would always wanted to hike to the summit of Mount Washington, but I've never really thought I could do it. They can always reach out to EMS and get into their guided schools. They have all kinds of programs where they can kind of build you up and sort of teach you the basics. And AMC is a huge supporter of ours, and they often, even the night before at the pre-registration party and during the day, they'll be on board to suggest trails and sort of the different levels of difficulty to get to the summit. But as you asked earlier, yes, they can hike any trail they prefer.
That's perfect.
And if people just want like a smaller hike, AMC can advise them on routes and things like that.
Right. Or if they just want to go into like up to Hojo's into the ravine, that's a huge challenge for some people, and a major accomplishment just to get there.
Still getting out.
But you're still on Mount Washington.
Active. Yeah, it's fabulous. And then the after party is right at the base of the auto road, so it's kind of neat because with Mount Washington in the backdrop, and
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a great event. So if anyone has questions, they should definitely visit our website or contact any one of us at the OBS. We all love to talk about it because it's pretty essential for us. So we love the event. Yeah.
And the website is mountwashington.org. for information. And like weekend events for people who are not necessarily hitting the slopes, I always say head to the Discovery Center.
Right.
You guys just put out a new sign too.
Isn't that snazzy?
It took down the time clock at the bank. I'm sure everyone says that. Oh, there's no clock in town anymore. But
Yep.
I love the sign. I love what you've done with your sign.
Right, and Samantha Erlin would be in there at the Weather Discovery Center, and they have all sorts of information too about not only Seek the Peak, but some of our other events. We have our Sunset Soiree event in the fall. We have a New Year's Eve event. We have, the free summer. It's a science lecture series that they have over the course of the summer. So that calendar will be coming out soon. But and the Weather Discovery Center is just a great place for families to go and kind of fun and explore a little bit. And we also have a nice little interesting retail store in there that has sort of unique products. And
definitely. If you want your own home weather station, head to the Discovery Center. It's all.
And there's also a museum on the summit, which is pretty interesting. I don't think a lot of people realize that when they get to the summit. There's a museum up there as well that has a lot of sort of neat facts and fun things to see.
Lots to learn.
Yeah.
That is excellent. That is excellent. So for more information on the Seek the Peak event, mountwashington.org for details. Of course, speaking with Roger from the summit just about 20 minutes ago, they are doing the Live from the Rock Pile broadcast today too, which are always fun. So
those are very
you can go to the Discovery Center and chat live with the summit if you don't want to hike up there yourself.
Right. Yeah, that's fun.
Which is fun, especially if you have like family or grandparents coming into town. Obviously, they're probably not going to be hiking to the summit of Mount Washington this weekend, so great way for people to experience that.
I think everyone's going to be over at Motor Booty.
I know. That's,
I have to go get my disco. I have to go find a wig. And
oh my gosh. Motor Booty affair at Attitash.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So with the Seek the Peak EMS shirts, those does every participant get the shirt and then $250? If you've raised $250, you get the backpack?
If you've raised 200, the first 500 to raise, first 500 folks to raise 200 receive the backpack. They get the T-shirt in the backpack.
Gotcha.
The Wilderness Map Company has generously provided us with maps every year. These are in the backpacks, and these are available prior to as well, just to. If you want to do some pre-hikes. It's also filled with all sorts of magazines. Subaru always, in addition to Subaru being on site at the event and like extremely enthusiastic, and actually if you, there's sort of these incentive levels as well. If folks that raise over $1,000 get put into a drawing to win a 1-year lease on a Subaru.
Really?
Yeah, and Abana, who's our person that we work with from Subaru, is at the event. And she loves Seek the Peak, and she's always there. And she always has tons of goodies and that she's sort of offering. And Backpacker comes every year. They do. They're on site too, and they do a whole tent, and they have all sorts of giveaways, and it's just all sorts of great products. That year after year, we have all these folks that come back, and so the goodie bag is full. And this, folks that come on, what happens is Friday evening is the pre-registration event party at the Weather Discovery Center. So they come, they get their goodie bag, they look through all their goodies. We have, pizza and beer. Often, like Tuckerman's has sponsored us in the past few years with beer, and we have had the Flatbread Company has helped us out with pizza. Right. So it's sort of like it's just this whole festive, fun weekend, and everybody comes and. Oh my gosh! It's a very sort of inspiring weekend.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, well, I'm excited for you guys. It's the big weekend. Yeah. Again, more details and information, mountwashington.org. Did we forget anything else this morning?
No, I think if anyone has questions, just to call or to go on the site, and they can email. There's ways to reach any of us there, and we can answer anything and any questions. And
perfect.
Hopefully inspire folks to come out and do the hike with us. And it's just a fabulous event, and it's just sort of something different to do. There's a lot of road races and things which are great too, but this is sort of just a nice goal.
Right. Definitely.
So, yeah.
Well, Krissy Fraser from the Observatory, thanks so much for stopping in. We appreciate it, and we will be back with more on White Mountain.